Hey everybody, how are you? Glorious little Portuguese intersection here. We've just eaten outdoors in this nice little restaurant in Mustard over there. I want to just have a wee chat with you about a couple of things. I'm going to walk a little further away from the fountains because I expect it might affect audio. And as usual, I'm ad-libbing, so you have to forgive me. I haven't brought the Rode mic on me. I want to just talk about one thing. Google, Alphabet, aka YouTube, aka everything that is going on in the AI space, and every small tech company that Google's ever bought. This is what's going down. Well, let's start with PayPal. PayPal has started censoring perceived conservative sites and preventing them from having PayPal services. So if you're a merchant and you sell items and you're deemed the wrong kind of political inclination, PayPal will now censor and reduce your capability to utilize merchandising services to sell product and receive money for your goods and services, aka they're going to hit your business. Then we have The Guardian in the UK. This is largely a Rothschild funded newspaper, much like the FT, the pink papers. And The Guardian, their current editorial is censoring the internet, difficult but a requirement. This is the official view of The Guardian. In other words, certain speech must be stamped out regardless. Certain viewpoints must be taken down. They cannot be had. They cannot be had, or they mustn't be given exposure, or other people mustn't have the ability to locate people or of those views. Then we get Google and YouTube, which are almost, as I say, one of the same, because we know YouTube is owned. YouTube has been demonetizing sites which criticize the dark state, governments as a whole, and are demonetizing so that people that earn money entirely from their content from a point of view of advertising will now have warnings put in front of their clips, almost like the cigarette ban, no branding, this causes tar in your lungs, here it is, this is what it looks like, vomitageous, aka cancer in days. That kind of warning to add to anybody who's perceived as having the wrong kind of views. And the wrong kind of views are things like Russia Today, anything that criticizes the CIA, NASA, Google itself, the control of media flow and the editing of media. These will all be censored. So this is incredible. Then Google, the search engine, which everybody is now supposedly hooked on and is deemed to have this uniquely special algorithm, that only searches in the best possible way, that you couldn't possibly get an outcome using anybody else. Horseshit, not to put a finer point on it. They will also delist, rank lower all sites that have great popularity and are often being found sought and whose opinions they deem not opinions they want to rate. Then I've actually seen CEO Schmidt, and what a piece of work this guy is on YouTube. He says Google should only give one response to a search. There should not be many alternatives. It's a bug that you get a multitude of options. There should only be one. There should be the correct one, and that these should be filtered and done in a way to ensure the human race becomes a kinder and nicer place, and the users themselves become kinder and nicer. Eric Schmidt, YouTube. Go Google it yourself. Go YouTube it for yourself. They even have it in plain sight. Lost in plain sight, hidden in plain sight, right there for you to see it. This is the agenda, this little CIA operative who is far from being a tech boffin, that engaged with Assange and WikiLeaks at one point interviewed it, and Assange has given his view about this man and his intentions. No matter what you think of Assange, either way, I mean, whether he's controlled hangout or not, or whether he truly is the libertarian to end all libertarians, his opinion, I thought, was spot on in terms of comments I've seen Schmidt be associated with. So this YouTube, if I put Google or YouTube in the heading, in time might be recognized by someone in the Far East who's paid a pittance of a wage by Google to be red flagged as a counter revolutionary type YouTube clip and to be de-escalated on its hits. The great monopoly that has been permitted, and I've always wondered, how did this monopoly get allowed to be permitted? You may remember Microsoft got all sorts of threats of antitrust from Europe and other places as and when it was getting deemed to be too big and too almighty. They had an internet browser bundled up in an operating system, and they had a large share of the operating system market. How is it with this behemoth that is Google Pay, YouTube, Gmail, searches your mail, listens in on you through browsers, Chrome, has allowed to have such dominance in so many spheres and has not been broken up? How is it allowed? Because they are the anointed one of the dark state. They are synonymous with all intelligence services, and they are your absolute enemy. And everything they do that is in the name of convenience and comfort for you will be used against you in ways that you do not even know. And I'm astounded by the listening in. I've done no searching on various things. And next thing I got prompted, following my chats about Portugal and a YouTube clip I essentially did here on this device, apart from which I've done no searching on it, I get adverts saying tax attorneys for Portugal appearing in the adverts. You are being scoped, scraped, AI is being used against you, your streams are being matched to fix you. The advertising that is being put in is using technologies they have not admitted even to yet. They are half a generation to a full generation to 2 generations in some spheres ahead of you. And this is the game that is being played. They are squeezing out the viewpoints they don't want to have heard. And all I can say, it's disgusting. Beware, Skynet is there. And it's time you started building your life. And I have to say, in a nice inland spot over here in Portugal. Oh, I mustn't do too much of that. I make some of you seasick, I know. Sorry about that. You should be getting off grid a bit more. You should be building your wealth so that you can essentially live your time out. Cash, cryptos, which is their currency, by the way, in my opinion, in the long run. But if they're going to pump it, you need to be in it. Sometimes you have to play in the matrix to win in the matrix and escape it. And precious metals. This period where there's such a push down on metals should be utilized as an opportunity to accumulate. So while you're making your money on cryptos, also remember to apportion a slice to maintaining cash and off-grid living. Make sure you potentially can have multiples of passports, ability to arbitrage, legal systems, tax systems, and everything else that can be, while there is not yet a harmonious one world law, one world structure, one world tax for everyone. Because I fear there are dark forces working towards it, and UBI is not your friend. Universal basic income is not your friend. Everybody loves the idea. Nobody asks, where's the money coming from? It's coming from you, and you'll be put on another escalating monetary system where the money continues to get proliferated and devalued away under you. That's what keeps happening. You keep standing on stepping stones that are sinking, that the control structure is devaluing every single time. So with that, I love you and leave you. Bear in mind who your potential foes are, and continue to plan your escape. With that, I go and speak to you soon.